George Casey. I am the Vice Chair of the Planning Commission. Welcome to the Planning Commission meeting. This meeting is being held via Zoom conference call due to the COVID-19 crisis. Members of the public may participate by following the instructions listed on the agenda. You may also view and listen to the meeting via live stream, cable TV, Granicus, and YouTube. Following roll call during the summary of hearing procedure, we will review how the public may provide comments during today's session. We'll go to roll call now. Chair Bonilla is absent. Casey's here. Commissioner Caballero?
No. Here.
Commissioner Cantrell?
Here.
Commissioner Garcia? Commissioner Garcia? Commissioner Lardenois?
Here.
Commissioner Montañez? Commissioner Oliverio?
Here.
Commissioner Ornelas Wise?
Here.
Commissioner Torrance?
Here.
And Commissioner Young?
Here.
All right. Suppose we'll wait and see. Commissioner Garcia and Montañez are absent, and the chair, Bonilla. Okay, we'll go to summary of hearing and procedures. Procedure for this hearing is as follows. After the staff report, applicants and appellants may make a 5-minute presentation. City staff will call out names of the public who identify the items they wish to speak to. You may identify yourself by the raised hand feature on Zoom. Click *9 on your phone, or you may call 408-535-3505 or email planning support staff at sanjoseca.gov and identify your name, phone number, and what item or items you would like to speak on. As your name is called, city staff will unmute you to speak. After we confirm your audio is working, your allotted time will begin. Each speaker will have 2 minutes. Speakers using a translator will have 4 minutes. After the public testimony, the applicant and appellant may make closing remarks for an additional 5 minutes. Planning commissioners may ask questions of the speakers. Response to commissioner questions will not reduce the speaker's time allowance. Staff will unmute the speaker to respond to the commissioner. The public hearing will then be closed and the Planning Commission will take action on the item. The Planning Commission may request staff to respond to the public's testimony, ask staff questions, and discuss the item. If you challenge these land use decisions in court, you may be limited to raising only those issues you or someone else raised at this public hearing or in written correspondence delivered to the city at or prior to the public hearing. The Planning Commission's action on rezoning, pre-zoning, general plan amendments, and code amendments is only advisory to the City Council. The City Council will hold public hearings on these items. Section 20.120.400 of the Municipal Code provides the procedures for legal protests to the City Council on rezoning and pre-zonings. The Planning Commission's actions on conditional use permits is appealable to the City Council in accordance with Section 20.100.220 of the Municipal Code. Okay. Call to the orders of the day. Before we begin, I want to remind the Planning Commission and members of the public to follow our code of conduct at meetings. This includes commenting on the specific agenda item only and addressing the full body. Public speakers will not engage in a conversation with the commission or staff. All members of the Planning Commission, staff, and public are expected to refrain from abusive language. Repeated failure to comply with the code of conduct which will disturb, disrupt, or impede the orderly conduct of this meeting may result in removal from the meeting. This meeting of the Planning Commission will now come to order. Public comment. Public comments to the Planning Commission on non-agendized items. Please use the raise hand feature in Zoom or click *9 to raise hand to speak. Each member of the public may address the commission for up to 2 minutes. The commission cannot take any formal action without the item being properly noticed and placed on the agenda. In response to public comment, the Planning Commission is limited to the following options: responding to the statements made or questions posed by members of the public, or requesting staff to report back to the matter at a subsequent meeting, or directing staff to place the item on a future agenda. Staff, do we have any speakers for public comment or items not on the Planning Commission agenda?
I don't see any hands raised at this time for public comment.
Okay. Any items scheduled for hearing this evening for which deferral is being requested will be taken out of order to be heard first on the matter of deferral or removal. Staff will provide an update on items for which deferral and removal is being requested. If you wanted to change any deferral dates recommended or speak to the question of deferring or removing these items or any other items, please use the raise hand feature or Zoom *9, raise hand to speak. Staff, do we have any items to defer today? Anyone who wishes to speak to the item on the agenda?
Yes, we have one item to defer. It's the North San Jose recommended amendments, which is, hang on, I gotta find the folder. Sorry.
It's item number 3A on the agenda.
Yeah, thank you.
Motion to
We're
approve the
deferring
deferral.
that to March 23rd is our
Okay.
recommendation.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion from Commissioner Torres, and I believe a second from Commissioner Caballero. All right. Is that it for the deferrals and removals from calendar? Okay.
Yes.
All right, we'll go to the consent calendar.
But you have to take a vote.
I'm sorry, yes, sorry. Let me get the list of the commissioners. Bonilla is absent. Casey is a yes. Commissioner Caballero,
Yes.
Commissioner Cantrell,
Yes.
Commissioner Garcia. Is Commissioner Garcia still absent? Commissioner Lardnois,
Yes. Commissioner Garcia is present as of 6:34 p.m.
okay,
Yeah, Commissioner Garcia is a yes.
right on. Commissioner Lardnois is a yes, I heard.
Yes.
Commissioner Montañez, Commissioner Oliverio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ornelas Wise,
Yes.
Commissioner Torrance,
Yes.
Commissioner Young,
Yes.
Commissioner Caballero, I see your hand is up.
On item 4B, I need to recuse myself. The property is owned by the County of Santa Clara, and as a county employee, I've been advised to recuse myself from votes involving the county. So I will leave the meeting now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Wait, actually, point of order. Shouldn't we pull it from the consent calendar and then approve the remainder of the consent calendar before she leaves?
Vera?
Pardon me, did you get to a motion on the consent calendar yet? I was still on the vote for item 3 for the deferral. And I was going to state that
Yeah,
it's a
we had-
9-2 vote with 2 absent.
sorry, go ahead.
9-0-2 vote with 2 absent. Did you move on to item 4, the consent calendar?
Yes, they did.
Okay, so yes, item 4A, let me see here. Move on down. I apologize, for some reason my computer is stalling here.
I'm sorry, mine stalled as well. Sorry.
Yeah,
The
so
question was
you
if we
should-
moved on to, I don't think we got
yeah,
to 4 yet.
you can,
right?
I understand. You can take item 4A separately from 4B, and then you can take the vote separately for 4B, but Commissioner Caballero can vote on 4A.
Come on.
Motion to approve item 4A.
Second.
And who was the maker of the motion in the second? I'm sorry,
Torrance.
Lardenois for the second.
thank you.
Apologies, guys. My internet. I see Commissioner Oliverio has a hand up.
Thanks, Chair. I just want the minutes to clarify. Staff included my comments about the agenda documents in our last meeting, that they were not accessible for different disability categories that utilize assistive technology to navigate and process documents. But there was a further comment clarifying that on the cannabis one, that I thought it was accessible, when in fact all the documents on that agenda were not accessible, as well as the reference documents were not accessible, such as the North First Street plan, as well as the cannabis ordinance. So I think when people were commenting, well, no one made any comments on the EIR or the plan. Well, there's a reason, because not everyone can access it. Supervisor Chavez said the other day that one of the benefits of the pandemic was allowing the disabled community to really participate in government via web meetings, because they didn't have to physically be at City Hall. But if we're not allowing them to access the documents, then we're excluding them. So I just wanted to clarify, because the minutes were covered with my topic, but made it out that some of the content was accessible when it wasn't. Thank you. If that could be just noted.
The minutes can be
Well,
amended. It can be amended with that. We can make that amendment if Commissioners Torrens and Lardon will agree to include that in their motion.
Yes, I agree.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll take a vote.
Echo.
Apologies. Commissioner Bonilla is absent. Commissioner Casey is an aye. Commissioner Caballero?
Aye.
Commissioner Cantrell?
Aye.
Commissioner Garcia?
Aye.
Commissioner Lardenois?
Aye.
Commissioner Montañez, I believe. Commissioner Oliverio?
Aye.
Commissioner Ornelas Wise?
Aye.
Commissioner Torrens?
Yes.
Commissioner Young?
Aye.
Vera, are we clear to move to summary hearing procedures?
We are now, except that I want to basically state you need to make a vote, however, on 4B, correct? And you also need to, and that's on the consent calendar, so you don't need to do the hearing procedures there. And the vote on 4A was 902 absent. And 4B, you have not voted on 4B yet.
Motion to approve 4B.
And Commissioner Caballero, you're not in the meeting any longer, are you? Okay, good. She's left the meeting then, because she can't participate in this.
I'm sorry, did we
I'm
get a
sorry.
second?
I'll second the
second.
motion.
So I'll go to a vote, roll call. Chair Bonilla is absent. Casey is a yes. Commissioner Caballero is, I believe, abstaining. Commissioner Cantrell?
Yes.
Commissioner Garcia?
Yes, we're voting on 4B CP 19017, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
Yes.
Commissioner Lardenois?
Aye.
Commissioner Montañez? Okay, Commissioner Oliveira?
Hello.
Commissioner Oliverio?
Okay, I thought the meeting, I was hearing error issues there. Yes, however, I'd also like to point out that this document is also not accessible. Thank you.
Commissioner Ornelas Wise?
Yes.
Commissioner Torrens?
Yes.
And Commissioner Young?
Yes.
And can I confirm who the makers of the
We have to
motion
go
were
to
there?
some summary of hearing proceedings at this point.
Can I confirm who the maker of the motion was there and who the seconder was?
Cornelius Wise made the motion, and then seconder was Commissioner Ladinoy.
Sorry, it was
Thank you very
Torrens
much.
that made the motion and Lardenois who seconded.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. And the vote on that was 8-0, 2 absent, 1 abstain.
Then Robert, did you have a comment?
Yes, I had a question for Commissioner Olivero. I just wanted a clarification regarding the documents that are not accessible. Can you please let us know, is it because when you click on the link, you are not able to get a document, or someone made a comment to you or reports to you?
No, actually, so for us that do not have various disability categories, we can access the document. This is in reference to people of other different disability categories that are both visible and invisible that use assistive technology to navigate and process a PDF document. Whoever is publishing the PDF document is not running the accessibility check in Acrobat to make sure that all the portions of Section 508 of the ADA law are being met. Because if you don't, then it's just those individuals can't, as I said, they can't navigate the document to find specific things, and then they can't process this because the speech reader won't work.
Thank you for the clarification.
And Vice Chair Casey, you had a question about the hearing, speaking about the hearing, and there are no public hearing items tonight, so you do not need to give that admonition.
So no summary of hearing procedures requirement.
No, because there's no hearing tonight.
Nice. Okay. And in terms of calls to order?
I don't believe. I think so. I think actually that we have, we're continuing. If you can go to item 9, we're actually opening and also continuing the general plan hearing tonight. So those are items 6 and 9. So we are continuing the general plan hearing to March 23rd, 2022. And the commission should vote on that. Should have a motion to continue and vote on that.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second,
Who was the first? I'm sorry.
Commissioner
Lardenois.
Lardenois?
Okay, and we're voting on opening the
Actually continuing it, Michael.
oh, we want to continue. Okay, got it. Thanks.
And Vera, I'm sorry, this was not on the consent calendar. Is this from the
On the consent calendar, you actually had an item, you had the item that was supposed to go tonight being continued to March 23rd. And here we're just continuing the entire general plan hearing to March 23rd. There may be other items on there, I don't know.
Okay. And then
Because it was publicly noticed for tonight. So we need to continue.
okay.
So Commissioner Lardenois made the first and Commissioner Torrens made the second, correct?
Correct.
Got it.
Correct.
We'll
Oh,
take a
good.
vote.
I'm seeing them. Yeah, good. I'm seeing it now.
We'll take a vote now. Bonilla is absent. Casey is an aye. Commissioner Caballero, I believe, is abstaining. Or should we bring her back in at this point?
Did she want to come back in, Jennifer? I thought she was going to leave the meeting after she abstained.
Yes, she's not going to return.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Cantrell,
Yes.
Commissioner Garcia,
Yes, continue.
okay, Commissioner Lardenois,
Aye.
Commissioner Montañez, I believe is absent. Commissioner Oliverio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ornelas Wise,
yes.
Commissioner Torrens,
Yes.
Commissioner Young.
Yes.
And before we finish this up, I believe Robert has his hand up. Robert?
Yes, Vice Chair. I'm sorry, I wanted to come back to Commissioner Olivero's issue about accessibility. I'm looking at the agenda and on page 3, right at the top, I believe that information is there.
Should we close this vote out first and then we can come back to you, Robert? Is that okay?
Please.
Yeah, that's fine, please.
Yeah, okay. Vera, are we good on the vote?
Yes, I believe it was 8-0-3 absent.
Okay. I'm sorry, Robert. Go ahead. And Commissioner Oliveri, I believe Robert mentioned it's on the website.
It's actually on the agenda.
On the agenda.
Page.
I'm
Yes,
happy to share my screen and show you the accessibility failures if you want to see them. I mean, it's just, they're there, they're tagged as failures. And when you look at.
Commissioner, I would suggest that you and staff get together and discuss the details of this. I do know that both the council and the commission have added information regarding accessibility to the agenda. But if you have specifics that you want to discuss, it's not on the agenda tonight. So if you could please just contact staff and talk to them about what the issues are, it would be greatly appreciated.
Absolutely. Or if staff just wants to stay on to the end of the meeting, I could just show them.
Oh, after the meeting?
Yeah.
Perhaps, yeah.
sure. We can do that with our support staff. Thank you.
Vera, please help me. Where are we at now? Are we at deferrals or past deferrals at this point? We're past the consent calendar as well.
You are past deferrals and you are right now. Hang on, let me get down there on the agenda here. I was skipping around. You are on item number 10, referrals from City Council.
Okay, we have a different. Okay, referrals from City Council. Staff, is there any items?
Nothing.
Okay. And good and welfare. Staff, is there anything to report from the City Council?
There is a report on cannabis, which went to council on, let me just find, on February 15th, cannabis went to council. It was both item 8.1, the Cannabis Equity Assistance Program, and 10.2, which were zoning code amendments to Title 20 and Title 6 related to cannabis. And those items were approved by council with an addition to exclude District 7, Council District 7, from any additional expansion of retail storefronts within that council district. And that concludes the council report back.
Vice Chair Casey, are you there?
I think his computer might be frozen.
Yikes.
Let's see.
Who's vice? Oh, who's vice chair?
Casey.
Is there a
Commissioner
third in
Casey.
command?
Who's vice chair to the vice chair?
I think in that situation, we have to pick somebody.
Lardenois,
Yes.
step up.
Well, yes, we do, but perhaps Jennifer can contact him by phone and he can join by phone.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I have a bad connection.
There we go.
Are we?
Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah, can you guys
Commissioner
hear me?
Casey. Yes, and you're on number 11B now. It shows he left and I'm sure he's attempting to get back in.
I'm seeing him in here, but looks like his video froze again.
Would it help if the video was turned off, Commissioner? Would it help if you turned off the video and just went audio?
Sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Are we at the adjournment point? My apologies, folks. I have a bad connection.
No, we are not. I have actually an announcement to make that I was going to make with this item, with 11B, as far as, I don't know if it fits under here, but I think it's outstanding business. And that is, I wanted to inform the commission, I wish that all of you were here, that I'm no longer going to be representing the commission because I'm retiring at the end of this month.
Oh, no.
And I wanted to thank you for the oh no. But I also wanted to, it's been my pleasure to represent the commission for what is now a pretty darn long time. I've been with the city for 19 and a half years, and have been in the business for, gosh, around 35 or so. I'm representing cities. And you have always been, all the commissions have been a real pleasure to represent. And I know when we did the introductions and when all of you first got on the commissions, I always said that you had a very difficult job that was kind of thankless. And I still believe that, but you all, you all read all the material that you received, you ask excellent questions, you do a wonderful public service, and it's an absolute pleasure to have, and a privilege to have been able to work with all of you. I wish that I had met more of you in person, but unfortunately, maybe we will one of these days, but it's been my pleasure. I also wanted to introduce you to my successor. His name is Mark Bonney in our office. Say hi, Mark. There he is.
Good evening, everyone.
There he is. And Mark is very experienced attorney who gives really wonderful conflict of interest advice. I rely on him as someone to bounce things off of when we have questions for the Planning Commission. He also gives very good Brown Act advice. He has represented other committees and commissions in the city. Most recently, it was the Charter Review Commission, I believe. And he can tell you a little bit more about himself and his experience, but he will be joining us at the next commission meeting. I am here until the end of the month, so I will be at the meeting on the 23rd. And both Mark and I will be at the meeting on the 23rd, but that will be my last meeting with the commission. And again, it's been my privilege and pleasure.
Yes, and I just wanted to introduce myself, as Vera said. My name is Mark Bonney. I've been with the city for give or take about 10 years. Yes, I recently represented or advised the Charter Review Commission as well as Redistricting Commission. In my roles, I am new to the planning world, so I have, Vera is excellent, and I have big shoes to fill there, but I look forward to the challenge. But previously, I've advised various cities departments, primarily on elections, ethics advice, as well as some utility advice for the integrated waste management and other departments like that. But moving into planning, so I look forward to working with you all in the next year or a couple of years, and hopefully I will be able to meet all of you in person at some point in the future. And yes, I'll be at the next meeting, and but until then, Vera is still your counsel, and so any questions, please direct them to her until she retires and moves on to better things.
Thank you very much. And I think the next item is 11C.
Wait, I think before we move on, I think a couple of us have things to say, but I think I don't want to jump ahead of the chair here. Wait, actually, I think he dropped off. There he is.
My apologies. Yeah, I had a bad connection. So I believe there are.
Vice Chair, you are muted.
Apologies. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had a bad connection. I'm back on my phone. Commissioner Torrens, you had a hand up.
Yes, thank you, Vice Chair, very much. I just couldn't, I must take a moment. I know we'll see you again, Vera, at the next meeting, but I just want to thank you for your excellence in your job And as someone who's new to being on a city commission, and that was kind of a big step for me, you were that person who, if you don't know who to ask Vera. And I've called you on the phone, I've emailed, you've always gotten right back to me. And I just feel like you made this transition for me very wonderful and pleasant and have helped me to feel successful. So thank you for all of your work and all of the care that you have put in to this and all that we've learned from you. And I could go on and on, but I know others need a chance. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you very much.
Commissioner Torrance. I'm sorry, Commissioner Lordenwall.
Sure. Yeah, Vera, it's been a real honor to work with you. I mean, you've been an incredible resource and help through a lot of the work we've done over the past almost 2 years now since I joined. And so I just really want to thank you for that. And I mean, if our job is difficult and thankless, I don't know what to categorize yours as. So thank you so much for everything, and congratulations on a well-earned retirement. And Mark, really looking forward to getting to know you better and working together.
Thank you.
We'll go to Commissioner Garcia.
Yes, same. Vera, thank you. Thank you for your assistance, guidance. Congratulations on your retirement. And Mark, look forward to working with you. Brief and short, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Commissioner Oliverio.
Congratulations, Vera, on a great career. You'll be missed, and I hope you'll still be around in some fashion, providing consulting to some municipality. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We've known each other a long time. Thank you.
Commissioner Ornelas Wise.
Hi, Vera. I'm very happy for you. I'm glad that you're going to be retiring soon. You know, I feel that I wish I would have had the opportunity to put my arms around you and hug you and meet you in person. So I send all my best wishes to you and your family. Congratulations.
Thank you.
To you.
Virtual hug. Thank
yes,
you.
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Take care of yourself. We'll see you at the next meeting, but yes.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. Commissioner Cantrell.
Vera, congratulations. I always say that retirement is time returned to its rightful owner, and I'm certain you will make good use of it. Good luck.
Thank you. And I've always meant to ask you, who did those beautiful pictures behind you that I see? So you're going to have to write me and tell me who the artist is, because they're fabulous.
Actually, it's my best friend, Michael Webb. And yes,
Wonderful.
I'll send a link to his website.
Thank you. Thank you. But anyway, thank you for your kind words as well, all of you.
So yeah, as the chair, and I'm sure Commissioner Bonilla will have many platitudes to impart on you next meeting, but I can tell you in terms of just as like a Linus and a blanket, comfort blanket, you've been really helpful throughout this entire process, at least my 2 years here. So the idea that you're going to be gone is I'm melancholy about the whole concept, but I'm appreciative of the fact you're going to have a chance to move on and enjoy your retirement, but it's going to suck that we don't have you. But
it's a very difficult decision. It really is. And I'm going to miss everybody at City Hall, obviously, including the commission and all the funny things that happen at commission meetings sometimes. You know, all of that. That's the spice of life, though, isn't it? But yeah. Thank you very much for all of your kind words. I really, really appreciate you, and I appreciate your kind words to me.
I don't have my laptop open. I had to get my phone open. Do we have any other items on the agenda?
Just the commission calendar and study sessions, and then the public record. So I don't know if staff has anything on commission calendar and study sessions. It's item 11C.
I don't have anything on item 10 on referrals, or we did that already.
We already went there. We're
yeah,
on 11C, Michael.
I have nothing on commission calendar and study sessions or public record. So that can.
Then I guess we can adjourn.
Yeah.
Well, we'll all look forward to having one more crack at Vera next meeting, and We'll miss you.
You better go easy on me.
No. We're going to stack everything up.
This is good. The next meeting's a big one. It's
Yeah.
North San Jose.
It's a big one. It's a
There we
big
go.
one, and
Vera will be there.
I've been involved in it, so I will be at that meeting definitely. Yeah.
Well, no. So this next meeting, all right, the meeting after the next will be us working without a safety net. So we'll figure it out.
You'll have Mark. So if you have any questions or whatever, and as you normally do with staff, we always ask to write us before the meeting as much as you can. If you have any questions, so just please continue to do that, but send it to Mark.
We will. Mark, you've got big shoes to fill, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, thank you all, and I believe we'll adjourn at this point. Thank you, Vera.
Thank you. Thank
We
you.
love
Thank
you.
you, Chair Casey. Good work.